Welcome to another episode of Everybody's Got Something. I'm your host, Seth Hoffman. Today on the show, we have Annie Benjamin, songwriter, social activist, and the good kind of troublemaker, and Chris Dracup, guitarist, songwriter. Let's get into it. Here we are. Well, Annie, thank you so much for being here. I wonder if you could start off by just telling us a little bit about your story, what you're up to these days, and how you got into music, and just tell us about yourself a bit.
Well, I moved to Albuquerque about 3 years ago.
Okay.
I've been coming out to this area for about 30 years and fell in love with it. I mean, it's just magical here.
Agreed.
And, you know, when you're a songwriter, at least the way I write songs is I tend to be very visual. I write almost like a painter, but with words.
Beautiful.
And so when you're in a place like New Mexico, the vistas are just amazing, and the people are warm, and it's paradise on earth to me. You know, I love it here.
I am with you 100%. I love this town. I mean,
do
it's
too.
beautiful. I think that's one of the things that humbles people is you just, every day you look around and you just in awe of how majestic the world is.
Yeah, and it's so inspiring, you know.
Yeah.
The natural world is so important. But yeah, we came out here about 3 years ago. My partner, Mike, went to school in Farmington, and then he got his music degree down in Portales. So we came out here after living in Texas for a long, long time. And I performed in Texas for close to 40 years.
Wow, okay.
Put out 4 albums, solo projects, and
Yeah.
then have played on countless albums and been in numerous bands, you know, like we do.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I'm loving it here, and I'm finding that there's a freedom here with the musicians and with the artists, and everybody's mingling together and feeding off everybody's energy, and I'm just loving it.
Yes, I mean, as we'll see a little bit later, we're gonna see a little collaboration, which that's just the type of talent here, and the type of people are so open to connecting, and it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
And
It's
so how
sacred.
did you tell us just a little were you born into music? Were you born into a musical family? How did you discover this talent you have and this joy you have?
That's a great question. I did not. I like to say that the UFOs flew over my house. And I just was sitting there one day because I just picked up the flute when I was about maybe in 6th grade, like high school, you know, elementary school band programs like you do.
Yeah.
And I took to it like a fish takes to water.
Really?
I just picked it up and I started
And you had
playing.
nothing really, music wasn't really in your life? And then
No,
just
I
like,
always
whoa.
loved to sing, and as a little girl, I knew I wanted to be like Julie Andrews, you know, because she was Mary Poppins, you know.
Yeah, of course.
But really, I picked up that flute, and it was like symbiotic thing, and I was really blessed. I grew up in a really, I grew up in a school with a really, really strong music department, and I had access to a lot of professors at SMU, in North Texas and Dallas, and so I got to go to master classes with really phenomenal flute players, and I had awesome educators, and so that just kind of, I was taught how to stand well. I was taught good posture. I was taught good breath, and breath is everything.
Yes, yes.
And then when I was about 16, I woke up one day and I just knew how to sing.
Incredible.
And it's because I knew how to hold my body. It's because I knew how to sing.
Yeah.
I mean, to play flute, you know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the singing just came naturally.
Incredible.
And so I played flute for a long time in Dallas. I didn't really start singing in public as a singer until I was probably in my mid-20s.
Okay.
And then I picked up guitar.
And how did that transition? What inspired that new part of your life?
Well, I realized I was a pretty good singer. I realized that I loved singing
Like
backup.
watching people like, I could do this.
I can do this, yeah. And so the day that I knew I wanted to be a songwriter, this is a crazy story.
Well, I'd
so
love to
you will
hear
love
it.
this
I would
story.
love to hear it.
I was about 21. I was playing flute in a trio, and these guys I was in this band with went to this house. It was in Dallas, and it was a Native American poet in Dallas who happened to be where everybody got their weed. And so they went to go get weed. Well, I don't smoke, I never have, but I was with them because we were on our way to band practice. Well, so I was sitting in the kitchen, and there was this guy sitting on the floor in the kitchen. He was about this big around. Okay, sitting on the floor with a guitar and a harmonica and this big, huge bottle of whiskey. It was almost empty. And he was sitting there cross-legged playing this guitar. And his music was amazing. Wow. The song he was working on or playing or whatever it was from beyond this world. Wow. I don't know what the story was with this, but I'm sitting there just totally mesmerized while the guys are back in the back getting their weed, because it was not legal then. Still not legal in Texas. Right. And so then they run into the kitchen and they're like, hey, let's go. It's time for practice. And I'm like, no, I want to stay here and listen to this guy. He's amazing. He's just an ass. I don't know what the deal is, but I want to do that. So I want to do that.
This guy like changed your life, changed the course.
Yeah. And so as we're leaving, the guys are like, oh, do you know who that is? And I'm like, oh, that's just some homeless guy sitting on a floor in the kitchen drunk, but playing remarkable music. Yeah. And as we were getting into the car, the guy said, no, that's Townes Van Zandt.
Oh, wow. And he was just hanging out there. Was he waiting for his weed too, or what?
He would go there and hang out at this house like all the other artists to get stoned and to drink. And because Roxy, who owned the house, was a poet, he had this circle of other poets that would come in the house, but I had no idea who that was. And it was Townes Van Zandt.
Wow. And so did you get to chat at all? Or?
I didn't, but it was just me and him sitting in that room. And I think that he knew. Because I think Townes knew stuff that couldn't necessarily be explained in conversation. Yes. Because you listen to his words and you listen to his music, and there's other forces there. Yes. I think he was plugged into the power grid is what I think he was. And he let me sit there and watch him. Wow. And he had to know I was there. You're going to have to
recommend me a couple of his songs to go.
Tecumseh County. Tecumseh County. Hands down.
Say it again?
Tecumseh Valley.
Tecumseh Valley. Okay.
Yeah, and the version that he did with Nancy Griffith is so beautiful.
And so this fateful day,
that was the day I knew I was going to be a songwriter.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. Wow.
The power of music.
Exactly.
Wow. So then I wonder if you can take us back to your first songwriting session. The seed was planted. Do you recall that? Okay, maybe I'll write a song
That's
about
a great question.
Thank you.
I don't remember.
Okay, interesting. All right.
I mean, I always remember as soon as I learned how to play flute, I would start listening to albums deeply and start learning every line of every song, especially the Beatles, of course, you know, and if you want to learn harmonies, the Beatles and the Bee Gees are it, you know. Yes. So I just remember dissecting lines and just memorizing those words and thinking about how those words played together. And I think I would count those as early sessions because I was going through and, you know, really analyzing what was going on.
Kind of getting the building blocks and the pieces together of what you would use.
That's a great question.
Thank you. Yeah. And what usually inspires you, as far as I know, like the physical beauty of things, but as far as topics, do you have like certain themes that you gravitate or that you feel touched by that become songs?
Wow. You know, I find that I almost always hear music first. Okay. Which makes sense because I started as a flute player, but I am drawn a lot to the common person, commonality, what pulls us together as humans. I do write a lot of protest songs, because I feel like coming out of a tradition. I listen to a lot of Peter, Paul and Mary, a lot of Beatles, a lot of folk music. My parents, even though they were not really activists or politically involved in any way, listened to
that was just
all
great music,
that stuff, right? And so it gets in there, right? But I really, when I'm writing, I really find that I think of a song as being something you can carry with you. It's like water for your soul. And I think of a song as a package, a little package that you carry a message in. And if you can't sing it, then I need to go back and I need to relook at what I'm doing. And I need to make sure that I use language in my songs that everybody understands.
Maybe that can actually take us to the first song that you're going to be playing. You're going to do a song with Chris, but can you tell us about this first song?
The one that I sing with Chris was called Nightbird.
Okay.
Or no, that's the one I did by myself.
Yes.
The one I did with Chris is called "Sing Me a Song."
Okay. And let's see. Well, I think we'll probably, which one we'll hear first is probably the one alone or with Chris? Is
the one that I played first was Nightbird. That was by myself.
Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So that song is an homage to Hank Williams.
Okay.
So Hank Williams, before he died, he probably knew he was going to die. He was in a desperate place. He was in pain. He was drinking a lot. He was, his heart was hurting, you know, and that's why the music resonates so clearly, because we all feel that. But the nightbird, the whippoorwill, and in some native mythology, it is said that when a nightbird or a whippoorwill comes and sits on your porch at dusk, and you're alone, and that bird comes to visit you, it's waiting to carry your soul to heaven.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I just thought that that was such beautiful imagery, and this idea of the animal world and the spirit world being so connected with us. And so that's how I wrote that song. I was thinking of that whippoorwill singing to let him know, hey, dude, it's time. I'm waiting for you. I want to carry you up to heaven. And so that's how that song got written.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, well, let's take a listen.
Hear that lonesome whippoorwill. She sounds too blue to fly. Sing to me, whippoorwill. The lights fading fast behind the dark Alabama hills. Your sad, slow songs and lonesome notes remind me of a boy who sang to me long ago. And nightbird, is it you? Do you sing 'cause you're broken and blue? Do the spirits call you here with a silver tone sure and clear? Ay, ay, ay. I wish I may, with all my might, find a way to hear you sing one more song for me tonight. Nightbird, is it you? Do you sing 'cause you're broken and blue? Do the spirits call you here with a silver tone sure and clear? So sing to me, whippoorwill. The lights fading fast behind the dark Alabama heat.
Absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I know Hank is looking down and
I hope so.
and his aching heart is being healed.
I hope so.
I wonder if you could tell us a little, just it's to hear you sing in person, just the power and the control you have of your voice is quite exceptional. And as someone who sings, I'm just in absolute admiration.
Oh, thanks.
For those who are singing or wanting to develop their singing, I wonder if you could just give a couple tips. I know you mentioned about breathing, but how do you do it?
That's awesome. I'm so glad you asked that question. So I started out as a flute player, and I learned how to hold my body. Posture is so important, you know, having a straight back, planting your feet on the ground. But I think it's really important to remember everything with singing revolves around breath.
Yeah.
And when I was teaching, one of the things I would do with my flute students is we would always do, the first half of our lessons were always just about breathing and being comfortable with your skin, you know, within your skin. Something you can do that really helps like your breath is to get a pinwheel and blow.
Okay, interesting.
And try to hold that note as long as you possibly can.
Yes.
Don't sing with your throat.
Right.
Sing with your diaphragm.
Right. It's like the
Lip.
strongest sounds are created with ease.
Yeah.
You know, and the other, so it's so much as you're saying that for people to realize, like that's really the fundamentals.
It's breath. Breath is everything.
Yeah.
It's the very first thing we do.
Right.
We breathe.
Right.
And the very first thing a mother does with her child is sings.
Yeah.
You know, you sing song, and a father too. You sing to your babies.
Yeah, for sure.
Those two things are our given rights: breath
Yes.
and song.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter if you have this beautiful, amazing pitch. You have a song. Everybody has song.
Yes.
Everybody does.
Yes. Well, okay. So those out there who are looking to build their voice, you don't need expensive lessons right away. Just focus on breathing. And,
but do take lessons if it's something that you're interested in, and
yes.
make sure that you find somebody that meets you where you are.
Yes.
If you are an adult
Yeah.
who's maybe in their 40s and wants to take voice lessons, find an educator that gets that and can say to you, okay, so what song do you want to learn to sing? Do you want to learn to sing screamo music? Or do you want to learn to sing opera? Or do you want to learn to sing pop songs or country songs?
Yes.
You know,
well, you sound like, in addition to an amazing singer, an incredible teacher. Just that awareness of knowing, because a lot of times teachers are like, all right, this is what we're teaching, but to look at the student as a partner in that process.
Well, yeah, because what you're going to want as an adult who's already got a career, who's doing something not in the music field, but wants to just sing and wants to be a better singer and maybe wants to go sing with other people, they're not going to need to know, you know, all the crazy techniques that an opera singer is going to need to know.
Well, in these last couple of minutes, I wonder if you could tell us what you're up to. What are you working on? What are you excited about? And then we're going to lead into, you're going to close us out with a song with our other wonderful guest, Chris Dracup.
Yay!
So I wonder if you could just tell us a little bit about what you're excited about that you're working on, what's happening, and then lead us into the song you're going to.
Great. So I host a Song Diva night with my dear friend Christy Hines every third Thursday of the month at the Thirsty Eye here.
Yes.
And we feature female songwriters. We've been doing it for 2.5 years, and I am so excited about it. I am constantly finding so many amazing women in this town writing music.
Beautiful.
All different kinds, you know, heavy metal, country, folk, gospel, and it has been a joy. Wow. It has been an absolute joy to do it, and we do it the third
Thursday at
the Thirsty Eye, 7 to 9 p.m. I'm super excited about that. My partner and I just formed an entertainment nonprofit.
Wonderful.
So we're gonna figure out where that's gonna take us. We're really super excited about that. And really going to focus on live performance.
And all of these things when we post the video of this, we'll have links to all of these things so people can find more about it.
Great. And so I'm super excited about that. And I have an album that I put out, I guess it was in 2022, but we're just now releasing it on CD. And I'm doing a big CD release party.
And what's the title of the
It's called
album?
Nightbird. So with that song that I played
that would be on
earlier
it.
is the cover
Beautiful.
of the album. And we did that during the pandemic, but I had some freaking amazing session players on that album. Grammy winners.
Incredible.
you know, the guy who co-produced it with me, who did the musical production, Brady Blade, has worked with Emmylou Harris, Sean Colvin. He played with Taj Mahal. He's an amazing percussionist, but he has amazing vision in how to push Americana music forward.
Well, we'll definitely post the link. I can't wait to hear that.
So it's called Nightbird.
Okay.
And so, yeah, there's just always something fun going on.
All right. Well, you are blessed to have so many things that you are working on and excited about. That's all we can hope for in this life, is just have things we're excited about and we care about. And tell us about this song we're going
Sing Me a Song.
We're going to close out. Tell us about this.
Sing Me a Song is a really sweet love song. You know, it's really hard to write a good love song that doesn't sound trite, right?
Yeah,
because
right.
and love songs are hard to freaking write. Well, this one was written when I met my partner Mike, and it was in the early stages of dating, and I don't usually let myself be that raw and that emotional about myself. You know, I'll put myself in a character and write a song, but I just accepted that day, and I'm really, this is kind of one of my favorite songs right now. It's really sweet and dear, and it's just about being honest.
Yes.
And accepting everything about yourself.
Yes. Well, thank you, Annie, so much for inspiring us and telling us a bit about your journey and sharing your music, and look forward to closing out with this song. But thank you
oh
so
my
much.
gosh, thank you.
Bless you.
And thank you for all you do
My pleasure,
to support
my pleasure.
all of us. It's a blessing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thanks.
much. All right. And hope to see you again on the show next time with your flute or anything else, but it's just a pleasure always to see you and to hear you.
Thank you.
Continued blessings.
Back at ya.
Thank you.
Oh, sing me a song. I don't care how it starts. The words won't be wrong if it comes from your heart. This is where I belong. Sing me a song. When you say that you love me in the gentlest ways, I am beautiful and free, and the dark becomes the day. The sun's gonna shine above us, baby, when you say yes, you love me. And I'm walking on the moon. Oh, you take my breath away. You're the lifeline that I need, and I'm floating out in space when I lay down beside you and you whisper my name. I no longer feel the wounds, and I know you feel the same. Everything's new when I lay down beside you. And I'm walking on the moon. Oh, you take my breath away. You're the lifeline that I need, and I'm floating out in space. Oh, sing me a song. I don't care how it starts. The words won't be wrong, 'cause I know it's coming from your heart. This is where I belong. Sing me a song. This is where I belong. Sing me a song. This is where I belong. Sing me a song.
All right, we are here with the legend himself, Chris Dracup. A pleasure.
Legend in my own mind.
Yes, and in many. I've known you for many years knowing of you, but great to get to sit down and chat with you. I wonder if you could just tell us a little how your story started. Where did you come from, and how did you start picking up the guitar? And
Oh, well, see. My earliest memories of it was my mom was a music freak, you know.
Is that right?
And she
In what
had thousands
household?
of LPs. Yeah.
just like listen to music.
Yeah,
all the
we
time?
were living in Columbus, Ohio. I was born in upstate New York, and she was going to school when I was, you know, a toddler. And literally, she had probably 3,000 records in the living room, right? And they listened to a lot of soul and a lot of, well, just everything, you know.
Any certain ones you remember that stood out as ones you remember hearing or
Well,
seeing?
I
the album
remember
cover?
I Got You, Babe, Sonny and Cher, because I would go put the 45 on and crank it up so she could hear it upstairs to wake her up in the morning. That was, you know, but yeah, you
Not
know,
a
like,
bad way to wake up.
yeah. And she used to take us to music, but I mean it's funny because we're sitting here today and there's this big protest going on outside.
Yeah.
The No King's Day
Right.
rally on Central, and there was a lot of that when I was a kid.
Okay.
Going on, you know, Ohio State. It was Kent State what goes on.
Right,
It was just
right.
as crazy in Ohio State. You know,
Hopefully
the
this
riots.
will be a more peaceful one today.
Yeah, there's a lot of thousands of people out there right now, and it's really good thing to see people exercising their American right to
Yes.
protest their government.
Yes.
And so, but there was a lot of that going on, and there was a lot of hard Christians on the street, and a lot of it was a scene, you know,
Yeah.
in Columbus at that time. And so then my mom graduated and packed us up and moved to San Francisco.
Wow, quite a
like
shift.
1971 or something. So
Quite a time to be in San Francisco.
yeah, it was kind of it was
end of
kind of
that
over.
big,
yeah,
but I
but
imagine
there
it
was
still was
a lot of music
flowery
going on.
musical place.
Everyone playing guitar in Golden Gate Park, you know,
And how old were you at
music.
that point when you moved?
I went to third grade in San Francisco, so
Okay.
8 or 9,
Okay.
you know.
All right.
Yeah, and I loved San Francisco, but we ended up coming to New Mexico to visit a friend of hers that had told her about this amazing place, Taos, New Mexico, and so we showed up there, and that was where I was really, you know, raised and grew up.
Is that where you got your first guitar?
Yeah, when I was 12, I got my first good guitar. There was always guitars around. They were hard to play.
Right, with the
you know.
action way up there.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
You know the guitar.
Yeah.
That little funky red Sears model with like the strings that far off the neck, and you'd try to get sound out of it.
I don't know if
but-
this is meant for this one.
Yeah. But no, the Mikey, the family doctor, bought me my first good guitar and kind of taught me to play. And so by the time I was 15, I was starting to do gigs with my high school band. I was in the stage band at Taos High. And
See, next time we'll have to have the pictures come up after, as we're talking
oh
about these
yeah,
things.
you know, well they just did as you know, I was inducted into the New Mexico Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
last year.
congratulations, and well
Thank you.
deserved.
Thank you.
Incredible.
And so we're kind of working on the retrospective
Yeah.
musically too. There's a bunch of music I've been going through dating back to, you know, early 80s. So, but yeah, so I started gigging, you know. I think I did my first professional gig when I was 15.
Yeah. Do you remember? Were you nervous? Were you excited?
I was pretty nervous,
Yeah.
yeah. It was Joe Coda Blues Band, and he was like a Chubby Checkers kind of
Okay.
piano player guy.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of a crash course.
Right.
But the bass player for that band kind of took me under his wing and like taught me a lot about music too. You know, like here's Freddie King, you know. he told me
Study
about-
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's B.B. King. Well, there's the three King. There's three Kings.
Yeah.
And
See,
we
some
still
kings are good, not
debate
the
on
kings.
this. You know, Freddie is the king of the kings
Yeah.
in my book. But you know,
Yes.
But anyway, so yeah, I love playing blues from an early date. But you know, we had a rock band, the Mutts, in the '80s that kind of toured around the Southwest and lived in Austin. And
yes. And tell us about the first song you're going to be playing for us today. That we had a little, even with some backup.
This is a song that I wrote a couple years ago, and I have recorded. I haven't released it yet. I've recorded a couple times. It's not quite there, but it's kind of a ballad. It's kind of about my kids. You know, it's a real emotional song to me. For me as a writer, because I've written a lot, that's something I've done since I was a kid, is write songs, or try to. And this was one that was really hard for me. It was so emotional for me, I couldn't even play it for a long time. Wow. You know, I was like, well, this is cool. But I got to the point where I kind of fleshed it out and got it to where, it still will choke me up, like depending on my mood. But yeah, it's kind of the song for my girls, you know.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take
a listen. Lost and Found.
Lost and Found.
First time I met her, she said that she missed me. Her mystery kissed me, captured my eyes. Till she opened the door, I never knew what was coming. We hit the ground running like cold water through the sand. And I still hear you calling, please follow me down. And when the rain starts falling and there's no one else around, and these pennies from heaven, my heart falls to the ground. And the moment I saw her, I was lost, but I was found. Lost and found. Lost and found. My heart is open, breaking like the sea. She left the door wide open, now all the world can see. Down by the shore, the sound of her running, laughing and coming with pockets full of sand. These moments, they test me, you easily best me. Your beauty arrests me, my heart falls to the sound. And I still hear you calling, please look, turn around. And when the rain starts falling and there's no one else around, and these whispers like heaven, my heart falls to the sound. And the moment she touched me, I was lost, but I was found, lost and found. Lost and found. breaking like the sea. She wore the rock open, singing all in come free. My heart is open, gentle the sound. The circle is unbroken, and all the world turns round. Oh, lost and found, lost and lost and found, lost and found. Come sit by the water and watch the waves washing by. Come sit by the water, watch through the tears in my eyes. Lost and found, lost and found.
Gorgeous song. I wonder if can you tell us anything you care to share about your girls, or anything that went into that, or what you think about when you were playing that?
Well, it was nice. First of all, it was nice of Annie to jump up there and sing with me. That was cool. Appreciate that, and thanks for having us on today.
Of course,
That's
my
really cool.
true honor.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's a nice thing you're doing.
Yeah.
And I've been a fan of yours forever because
right?
you used to come into my open mic.
I remember that.
Know?
Yes.
Seth and Jacob.
That's right. Seth and
Yeah.
Jacob.
And I hosted an open mic for many years near UNM at the Brickyard.
That was quite a scene.
It was.
That was a scene unlike many open mics, because there's so many. Oftentimes, open mics are mostly people who are playing, but it was like filled with people who just wanted to.
Yeah, people just come
present.
to listen. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was got to be. It's kind of the thing with Albuquerque. If you do it long enough, it kind of takes off.
Yeah.
And I think that was the deal with that.
Yeah. And just as someone who has hosted open mics quite extensively, like
Yeah.
yourself, what are some of the things that makes for a successful open mic?
Well, I think just having the sound good helps.
Yeah.
That's kind of a lot of the job. But also making it to where people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
To me, like I've always lived in that university neighborhood. I live on the other side now. I moved to the Heights, like the other side of Girard and Lomas.
Okay. All right.
But I always lived in the student ghetto. I went to UNM.
Sure.
And had various band houses in there. But for me, it was part of that, like just trying to kind of encourage that local neighborhood music scene, to have a place, because the best thing for me was people would come in really mic shy, never like sang on a mic.
Yeah.
They would get courage to get up there and sing, and then they'd come back. They'd kind of get fired from that, and then they'd come back, and then you know, pretty soon they're
Maybe I am a performer. Maybe I can do
yeah,
this.
they, you know, and then they'll start teaming up with other people. You know, there's a couple couples that I know came out of that open mic.
Is that right?
Like bands that got together, but also like
Matchmaker.
people that got together and had kids.
I mean, it kind of makes sense because
Yeah.
it's like such a vulnerable thing, you know, to do that. And then, you know, when you're putting
Yeah.
yourself out there, you open yourself up to a lot of things.
So yeah, that was cool, and that's you know, I mean, that's just an important part of I don't know, of just any scene, just having that place where people can go mix
Yeah.
it up and try stuff. And
Yeah.
we used to have these great jams. I mean, it was supposed to end at 11 or 12, but we would go till like 1. In fact, that's my band Funk of the West kind of started there because Malay and the African guys would come, and then they would jump up and jam at the end.
Yeah.
And we'd have these great jams at the end of the night.
Incredible.
Yeah, so, and I still do a duo, and he plays in my funk band, Malay Funke. He's from Mali, West Africa.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe you come back again with him sometime.
Maybe I'll bring him. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was trying to get him to
yeah,
come today. But.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so that's it. I mean, and I did a lot of that, you know, just coming up and going to school. I was just playing in coffee houses and
Yeah.
playing gigs with my band, you know, and then with other bands just as a guitar player,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Well, one of those special things about this town is like legends like yourself, people I know many people admire, yet if they come and talk to you, you're like just like you're like a regular guy. You're a humble person, and just very approachable, which is a special quality to have that talent, but also to be very down to earth. So I mean, I appreciate that, and I'm inspired by that.
Well,
quality
thank
of-
you.
Yeah.
I just have been kind of a blue collar working musician.
Yeah.
Which is kind of endangered thing anymore.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's always an uphill battle,
Yeah.
you know, trying to be an artist of any kind and make
Yeah.
a living at it. And it can be like feast or famine, you
Yes,
know.
Yes.
Or, yeah, but there's, you know, you do it because you love it, obviously, but it's nice to have a community that supports music and arts. New
Yes.
Mexico's pretty special in that way.
Yeah. It's a treasure we live in here.
Yeah.
I have a question. So many people who've known you and seen you, when you're not with your guitar, when you're not preparing for a gig, what does Chris Dracup like to do when he's got some time to himself or with his family? For fun, what do you like to do?
I do like I ski and I play golf. I used to play golf. My shoulders are messed up, so I haven't been doing it much the last couple of years. But I like doing that. I like riding my motorcycle, my mountain bike. You know, normal stuff. I've got a really, you know, cool dog. I'm into boxers, and I have a boxer dog that's
Okay.
Jimmy. So I don't know,
Keeps you
and
active.
you know, really, I've been raising 2 kids with my wife Melissa,
And how old are your?
and
how old
they're
are your kids
18
now?
and 20 now.
18
So
and
I was
20,
kind of
okay.
a Mr. Mom, you know.
Right on.
I would work, she'd work in the day, and then I'd kind of hand them off, and then go do my work at night, you know, gigging at night.
Yeah.
It worked out pretty good, you know. But yeah, that was kind of, I mean, that's, as you know, you're doing it now.
Yes,
You've
that's
got
right.
a, you've got a boy.
I sure do.
I met him on the phone.
Yeah, that's right.
Sounds like a handful.
Yeah, he's a sweet boy. Loves music. A lot of
So yeah, that keeps you pretty occupied.
energy.
But
yeah. Hey, I
Another
wonder if you
thing-
could tell us about this thing. I just realized we got this awesome.
oh yeah, I did so we're downtown Albuquerque, and we just did a show with
Maybe they'll look into
Levi
see that.
Platero.
Uh-huh.
This is the Funk of the West.
Yeah. Okay.
EP 2025, 4 songs. I had started recording in 2019, 2020, and I had all these tracks laying around, and so I kind of booked this gig with Levi.
Yeah.
He's an up-and-coming blues guitarist, fantastic talent.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, check him out.
Yeah.
But we booked this show, and I'm like, okay, you know, with AMP concerts, and we're like, we're going to do this. That'll force me to finish
Sometimes
the
we need that
CD. So I
sometimes
got
we need
4
that show.
songs done. So that was quite.
Right.
an
I mean, that is
accomplishment for me.
right.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to have things in the cooker that are like, all right, here it
Yeah.
is. It's ready for the world.
So it worked, but now so I've been going through, and there's a couple others I'm going to finish, and we're going to do a new session with a bunch of the new stuff. It has Sticky Love, which is the Funk of the West, you know, with the African percussion,
Yeah.
kind of funk stuff. Thinkin', which is kind of a Allman Brothers kind of groove
Yeah.
tune. Caught in the Middle, and the Road Song, which is one of my older songs. It's like a rock kind of, you know, rock blues kind of tune that I used to do with the Rattlecats, which was my band back in the 90s that always played at Club Rhythm and Blues and all that. So it's kind of fun. And it's available at cdracup.com. It'll be on all the platforms.
Well, we'll put the link, and we post this video. We'll have the link. Well, beautiful. I can't wait to hear it. And can you tell us a little bit about the song? You're going to close us out. You're going to be doing.
I'm doing the slide thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a slide song that I perform a lot. And then I'm going into a song called "Going Out Walking." So it's kind of a little instrumental jam into "Going Out Walking."
All right, and I imagine that walking has been a healing thing for you.
I do like to walk,
Yes,
and hike and all that. So
Yes. Well, wonderful, wonderful.
yeah.
Well, I can't thank you enough for being here. It's a true honor to get to talk with you, and I look forward to hearing this your slide song. I love to hear you play slide
thanks,
and whatever
Seth.
you do. And
Yeah.
bless all your projects and your family and your
Thank
girls.
you, man.
and-
Same to you. I heard
yes.
you play last week. You sounded fantastic.
Thank
man.
you, thank you. That's all. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I'm humbled to hear you say that,
Yeah.
and just a joy to know you over all these years.
Yeah, same
And,
here, Seth.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah.
All
Thanks for
right.
having me on.
All right, you got it.
like we used to do. Down by the water, baby, not just me and you. We'll lie together till the sky turns blue. Won't you tell me, sweet baby, how to ease your worried mind? Tell me, sweet baby, how to ease your troubled mind. 'Cause I'm tired of talking, just a matter of time. Walk on the water, these tears they cry, cry, cry. Walk through these fences, make this world so unkind. We'll keep on walking till we reach the other side. Love is the reason, try to fool myself. Love is the reason, crucified myself. Now that I'm bleeding, I don't want nothing else. Going out walking, trying to ease my worried mind. Going out walking, trying to ease my mind. I'm tired of talking, bring sight to the blind. Won't you tell me, sweet baby, how to ease your worried mind? Tell me, sweet baby, how to ease your troubled mind. Keep on walking, just a matter of time. One more time. Going out walking, leave my worries all behind. Going out walking, trying to ease my troubled mind. Going out walking, trying to ease